How do, ladies, gentlemen and others? Welcome back to the Roasting Shower main channel. I say welcome back because loads of you will probably be coming back from having watched this video, the Taylor Swift video. Thank you for all these views. The most important part for me here is the 118 subscribers from it. I know in the grand scheme of things these numbers might not look like much, but this is now my fifth most viewed video ever, and it's only been live for, what, 4 days? 5 days? So, yeah, amazing. Thank you. With that said, though, there are a couple of things to talk about before we get into... Oh, we're doing Folklore, by the way. There are a couple of things I just want to talk about first, though. First of all, is that if I move my head to the side, you may notice, that estimated revenue is nothing. Because, quite predictably, the label... I can't remember which label she's on. The label have decided to keep it all, and probably will do for this video as well. So if you do want to support me, I would very much appreciate you going to my Ko-fi. We might as well do it now. I normally do it at the end of the intro, but it's come up naturally. If you want to support me on Ko-fi, please do. I have various membership tiers, or you can just do like a one-off thank you donation of £1. I don't know. Every little bit I get, I'm very grateful for. But I do offer like other things, like you'll have seen some names on the screen just there a minute ago. And you'll hear me say another name at the very end of the video. Those are also part of the support tiers and stuff like that. You can also buy merch. I have merch. I also have merch supporting Transactual, which is I always forget the name of the charity. I always panic over that. Transactual, which is a UK charity that is fighting an uphill battle at the moment, trying to protect the rights, what little rights they have for trans people here in the UK. There's elections going on at the minute in the UK, and it's only looking worse and worse by the day. Moving on from that crushing low, let's talk about the comments on this video. So it's a strange one. If I go to engagement, is that where I'll see it? Because the like-dislike ratio. Yeah, you can just see it next to my head over there. The like-dislike ratio is 87.4% like, which you can see is a lot lower than the channel average, but that's still not bad. But it felt like most of the comments were pretty negative. And I don't mind that. Like, I think a lot of what the criticism was about was the fact that I don't know anything about her life. And people were saying that, you know, all these songs are about specific events in her life, or specific things relating to her life, and that I should have looked that up before listening. I could not possibly agree less. I know the term separate the art from the artist is mostly used by people trying to justify still listening to music made by horrible people, but in its base form I do kind of agree with that. I think the music still needs to be universal even if you don't know the story behind it. And all I did in that video, and all I'm going to do in this one as well, is have the lyrics on the screen, play the sounds in my ears, and whatever happens in my brain is what happens in my brain. I'm not going to look up who things are referring to, because I don't feel like that would add anything to the music. If anything, it might be detrimental. When you don't know exactly what or who a song's about, it can instead be about something in your life, something that's happened to me, you know? It makes it more relatable. And speaking of relatable, I hate that I have to say this, but I did have to delete a few comments off that video. It's something I have done before, but not to this degree, because there's quite a lot of sexism going on. Mostly saying things like, a man could never understand this music, or you have to be a woman to understand this music. And I'm toning that down. So if you comment that again on this video, I'll just delete it again. And honestly, if you think like that, if you think that because I have a prostate and you don't, we can't relate to each other, you're part of the problem. So sort yourself out. Anyway, with that said, with all of you already angry, let's start the first track. Oh no, let's talk about the album first. Oh, right. Look at these scores, by the way. And if I scroll down, look at this. I mean, for one thing, I am a little bit put off by the fact that there's 16 tracks and it's over an hour again, but if all of them are this good, like the lowest rated one, imagine doing a 16-track album and the worst track by common consensus is an 8 out of 10, Mad Woman. That must be a pretty fucking good album. And Yeah, 87 critic score, but this was 2020, wasn't it? Yeah, 2020. So you can see it there. So this was a time when I think where I remember seeing something about, critics are always, I think it was Todd in the Shadows, maybe said something about how critics always love Taylor, everything she does, which is not true, by the way. If we go onto this page, there's some pretty low critic scores before this one. But anyway, to see the critic score and the average user score both above 80, and this as well, it pretty much guarantees this is going to be a good album. Look at all these hundreds from professional reviewers. Look at, if I move my face out of the way, look at all these year-end lists, and there's more. There's an entire page dedicated to it. Yeah, all right. You get the point. It's pretty much universally loved. But you know what? I saw this earlier. Do you think Taylor fucks with post-rock and shoegaze? Now, I know there's a Bon Iver song on this one, or Bon Iver feature, I should say. But if this sounds like post-rock and shoegaze, dude, this is going to be right up my street. Oh, and I do have one final disclaimer. Man, this intro is so long. I'm so sorry. But regular viewers of the channel will recognise I'm in this jumper again. I am ill again. I have slept combined about 6 hours in the last 3 days. It's not going well. So if my energy, I'm trying to have big energy. I'm trying. But if my energy is a little low, please don't take that as me not enjoying the music. Take my words. What I'll say in my words is what I really think and feel. And if it is an hour of shoegaze, then my energy might actually dip even lower because it'll just make me feel all sleepy. But it could be in a nice way. Anyway, the first track number 1, is called The One. So let's play it. Man, that's a long intro. Jesus. Hang on.
I'm on some new shit. Been saying yes instead of no. I thought I saw you at the bus stop, I didn't though. I hit the ground running each night. I hit the Sunday matinee. You know the greatest films of all time were never made.
Okay, I like that line.
I guess you never know, never know. And if you wanted me, you really should have showed. And if you never bleed, you're never gonna grow. And it's alright now. But we were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true, it would have been you. In my defense, I have none. For never leaving well enough alone.
Sorry, Chrome's throwing me alerts that just distracted me for a second, but I really liked this opening to the chorus. That's really well written.
I have this dream you're doing cool shit, having adventures on your own. You meet some woman on the internet and take her home. We never painted by the numbers, baby, but we were making it count. You know the greatest loves of all time are over now. I guess you never know, never know. And it's another day waking up alone. But we were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true,
it's the combination of the double rhyme and the alliteration. I like that.
I have none, but never leaving well enough alone. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one. I persist and resist the temptation to ask you if one thing had been different. Would everything be different today? We were something, don't you think so? Rosé flowing with your chosen family. And it would have been sweet. If it could have been me. In my defense, I have none for digging up the grave another time. But it would have been fun if you would have been the one.
The one that got away. No, I don't think it is going to fade into another song. No, it's not. I'm always wary of that. I don't like trying to time a pause when it's going to fade between songs. Yeah, I said it. The one that got away. It's called The One. Just digging up the grave another time. It's just looking back on that relationship, that one that you thought could have maybe been something more, but it didn't quite materialise. The opening half of the chorus is really nicely written. In fact, all of it's nicely written. You saw me smiling at some of the lines up here. Just, yeah, I don't know who this is written about, but it made me think of someone from my life, which I think is a better way to relate to music personally, but I don't know. You do you. Yeah. Roaring 20s tossing pennies in the pool, and if my wishes came true, it would have been you. That's a really nice line. I like that. This bridge was strange. It felt like it was missing another line, and I thought it was going to do like a shadow line, you know, where you leave the audience to extrapolate from the absence of another line what the other line would have been, but there wasn't a gap before it went into the chorus again, so that was a bit strange. But yeah, a really nice song. I don't have too much to say about it, and this is a bit of a problem with the last time as well, because it's just, I don't want to say it's safe, although it is quite safe, but there's nothing really to object to. It's just nice, it's just pleasant. Rate the track. I didn't say that at the beginning this time, did I? I'm all over the place today. Sleep more, please. 87 though is generous. I'm going to go 82. I thought it was a very good song, very well written, but to be pushing a 9 out of 10, it's got to be like, you know, one of the best songs I've heard all year. And it wasn't. It was just nice. But the next one averages 92. So, Cardigan. I'm almost wearing a cardigan. It's the similar thing. It just doesn't fasten in the middle. Just have to pull it over my sleeve every time I want to put it on. Anyway, what am I talking about? Why am I describing the mechanism of a jumper? Idiot. Play the music.
Vintage tea, brand new phone, high heels on, cobblestones. When you are
and it sounds like that.
Assume you know nothing.
Most of us do.
Sequin smile, black lipstick, sensual politics. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. But I knew you, dancing in your Levi's, drunk under a street light. I knew you, hand under my sweatshirt, baby, kiss it better right. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite.
Like that. That's what I was talking about the last time.
Chase two girls, lose the one. When you are young, they assume you know nothing.
If you did that, they'd be right.
But I knew you, playing hide and seek and giving me your weekends. I knew you, your heartbeat on the high line, once in 20 lifetimes. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite.
I see what they mean by shoegaze. It's very... Actually, it is very post-rock, this kind of drum pattern.
And downtown bars was all we needed. You drew stars around my scars, but now I'm bleeding. 'Cause I knew you.
waiting for what the flip on that line's gonna be.
Like a tattoo kiss. I knew you'd haunt all over my what ifs. The smell of smoke would hang around this long. 'Cause I knew everything when I was young.
There it is.
I knew I'd curse you for the longest time. Chasing shadows in the grocery line. I knew you'd miss me once the thrill expired. And you'd be standing in my front porch light. And I knew you'd come back to me. You'd come back to me. And you'd come back to me.
Okay.
And you'd come back. And when I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite.
Sorry, I'm laughing at my own brain. I'll explain in a sec. Just let it play out. I spent that entire song trying to think of what this reminds me of. This sounds like something I've heard recently. And I'm trying to think. I'm thinking like, oh, is it Parafacuva? No. No, it's Bon Iver. You idiot. Oh, maybe I should have waited until I'd slept more than half an hour. Nah, fuck that. I think this sound and this kind of, not ambience. There's going to be a lot of this today. I'm gonna struggle to think of the right words because I'm too tired. Ambience works. We'll go ambience. this kind of mood. No, I'm still trying to think of the word I initially meant. It does begin with an A. Atmosphere. Sure. This kind of atmosphere is kind of what my brain needs at the minute. I'm going to go 86. Thought that was really nice. Oh yeah, people say in comments, not just on that other Taylor Swift video, although it is there, but on all my videos, like, why do you compare it? I think some people say it quite insultingly. Why do you let the scores influence your scores? And I'm like, they don't influence it. I just compare them. What I write down here is what I think, but I compare that to the consensus to see, you know, if I follow it generally, because I think that's kind of interesting. Because there was a video, I'm not going to remember which one. Oh no, it was Thornhill, the Thornhill album, where the highest rated song on the album was my least favorite, and by far the lowest rated song on the album was, I thought it was kind of like in the middle. I thought it was fine, and I just like to see that. I like to see how my opinion differs or aligns with the general consensus. But yeah, that song was really nice. Like the way some of the lines were put together. I love this. Is what's called the refrain here, but the chorus. When I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favourite. That made me think of a very specific relationship in my life. Again, I don't know who this is about. I could click on this and it'll probably tell me over here on the right hand side of the screen where my face currently is, but I don't want to know, because instead I'm thinking about stuff from my life which I find more interesting. I'll shut up about that now. Yeah, I liked a lot of the way this is put together. I like this line that gets repeated, because again, I don't know how old Taylor would have been in 2020. I think she's a little bit older than me, and in 2020 I was 29. I turned 29, so she was probably like early 30s. And she's probably saying this with a little bit of irony, because personally, as a soon-to-be 34-year-old, looking back at early 20s me, I did think I knew everything, and I definitely didn't. And I dare say if I make it to my 40s and 50s, I'll look back at this version of me and think the same thing. Didn't really like the product placement of Levi's, but that's kind of unavoidable. It was to rhyme with streetlight. It's fine. I hope she got paid. Yeah, just a good song. I like how verse 3 sped up and didn't flip the chorus line actually, but kind of doubled down on it and put it in a different context. Well written, well paced, very nice to listen to. More of the same from the last video. It's just nice, just good music. What's the next one called? Oh, it's a long way to scroll down. There's a lot of things written on here. The Last Great American Dynasty, or Dynasty if you're American. Let's listen to it. Okay, so this is mentioning someone's name, so I will read this. Rebecca Harkness, a patron of the arts and founder of the Rebecca Harkness Foundation. In 2013, Swift bought a Rhode Island mansion 175.
Rebecca rode up on the afternoon train. It was sunny. Her salt box house on the coast took her mind off St. Louis.
Okay.
Bill was the heir to the Standard Oil name and money. And the town said, how did a middle class divorcee do it? The wedding was charming, if a little gauche. There's only so far new money goes. They picked out a home and called it Holiday House. Their parties were tasteful, if a little loud. The doctor had told him to settle down. It must have been her fault his heart gave out. And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty. Who knows if she never showed up, what could have been? There goes the maddest woman this town has ever seen. She had a marvelous time.
That beat's interesting.
Rebecca gave up on the Rhode Island set forever. Flew in all her bitch pack friends from the city. Filled the pool with champagne and swam with the big names and blew through the money on the boys and the ballet. And losing on card game bets with Dolly. And they said, there goes the last great American dynasty. Who knows if she never showed up, what could have been? There goes the most shameless woman this town has ever seen. She had a marvelous time, ruining everything. They say she was seen on occasion, pacing the rocks, staring out at the midnight sea. And in a feud with her neighbor, she stole his dog and died at Key Lime Green. 50 years is a long time. Holiday house side, quietly on that beach, free of women with madness, the men in bad habits, and then it was bought by me. Who knows if I never showed up, what could have been? There goes the loudest woman this town has ever seen. I had a marvelous time, ruining everything. I had a marvelous time, ruining everything. A marvelous time, ruining everything. A marvelous time. I had a marvelous
Gee. Not as good as the other two, but fine. 78, I think is fine. I think it being a specific story about a specific thing hurt it a little. Yeah, I agree with the sentiment. Fuck pretentious old people. If people want to move into the neighbourhood, they should be able to. If that's a thing in America, imagine how it is in England. Jesus. Some of those people have lived there for centuries and all that horrible bollocks, which thankfully up in my part of the country doesn't really happen. But there's a video of Michael Caine talking about trying to move into a posh area, and it's really funny. But yeah, I get it. I like it. It's fine. Just, I don't know. From what I've heard so far, Taylor's by far at her best when she just sings universal love songs. She's a good storyteller, but the stories that she chooses to tell are very specific. And so all I can do is really, read it and listen to it, rather than Like, I've never married into an oil oligarchy and filled a swimming pool with champagne. Nor have I ever wanted to. But I have been in love, and I have loved and lost. I don't know, it just isn't as relatable. And it's not her best side, I don't think. But now it's time for what I've been waiting for. The Bon Iver feature. Let's listen to Exile. Will he get more than Post Malone got?
See you standing, honey,
He already has.
with his arms around your body, laughing, but the joke's not funny at all. And it took you 5 whole minutes to pack us up and leave me with it, holding all this love out here in the hall. I think I've seen this film
Lots
before.
of threes in this album so far.
Like
A lot of sort of like 3-line groupings rather than the typical 2 or 4.
So what am I defending now? You were my town. Now I'm in exile.
I've heard this.
seeing you out. I think I've seen this film before.
Call back to song 1. That's Justin Vernon, alright.
I can see you staring, honey, like he's just your understudy, like you'd get your knuckles bloody for me. Second, third, and 100th chances, balancing on breaking branches. Those eyes add insult to injury. I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. I'm not your problem anymore. So who am I offending now? You were my crown. Now I'm in exile, seeing you out. I think I've seen this film before.
I thought Justin said seeking you out, but he didn't. Just my ears.
So step right out. There is no amount.
Let's ascend, let's go. Keep going.
I can do for all this time. We always walked a very thin line. You didn't even hear me out.
Didn't even hear me
You never
out.
gave a warning
I
sign.
gave so
All
many
this
signs.
time, I never learned to read your
Never
mind.
learned to read my
I couldn't
mind.
turn things
Never
around.
turn things
'Cause you
around.
never gave a warning
I
sign.
gave so many signs.
So many signs. So many signs.
Didn't even see the signs. I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. You're not my homeland anymore. So what am I defending now? You were my town. Now I'm in exile, seeing you out. I think I've seen this film before, so I'm leaving out the side door.
Wow, goes on. It keeps going. I'm not complaining.
There's no amount of crying I can do for all this time. We always walked a very thin line. You didn't even hear me out.
Didn't even hear me
Never
out.
gave a warning
I
sign.
gave so many
All this
signs.
time, I never learned to read your mind.
Learned to read my
Couldn't
mind.
turn things
Never
around.
turn things
So never
around.
gave a warning
I
sign.
gave so
10 seconds of nothing. Now I'm going to pause it there. That was beautiful. I only have one negative, and it wasn't even about the song. It's just, again, it's a 16-track album. Why was this here? These 3 songs flow so well together. The one, Cardigan, Exile, if they were back to back, that'd be so beautiful. But there's just a story about a random woman in the middle for no reason. I've been debating on whether or not to give this a 90. I'll just put my face there and then not tell you. No, I will tell you. I've hit 89. No, I've changed my mind though. I'm going to go 90. Really liked it. Just by the way, anything that scores 90 or above automatically goes into your spreadsheet, from which I will choose a short list for Song of the Year at the end of the year. That's why I was deliberating. Yeah, that was really nice. It reminded me a lot of a song which I think might have been around the same time, potentially, which was American Football featuring Hayley Williams, Uncomfortably Numb. And it's similar in structure, but that's because the structure is kind of a typical duet structure, like person A, verse, chorus, person B, verse, chorus, and then A plus B, verse, chorus, which is pretty typical. But also in the subject matter and in the styling and how it was put together. Obviously, the American Football song, being an American Football song, is more math rocky, but yeah, really, really, really well written. I've seen already that Justin has writing credits on the album, so I dare say they wrote this together. And you can kind of tell, because it has a lot of her kind of poetic nature and a lot of his kind of, I don't know, obtuse language choices. Where were we? Balancing on breaking branches, and is kind of, what was the line though? No, it doesn't matter. There's so many lyrics in this. I'm not scanning through them all, especially with my brain not powered up all the way. Yeah, really well written song. Really, really just enjoyable. In fact, you know what? I'll favourite it. All right, that's the first Taylor Swift favourite song. The brain's only gonna get worse, guys. It's not gonna get better from here. I'm only gonna get more tired. That's the first Taylor Swift song in my favourites. My Tears Ricochet. Oof, that's a bit too high.
We gather here, we line up, weeping in a sunlit room. And if I'm on fire, you'll be made of ashes too. Even on my worst day, did I deserve, babe, all the hell you gave me? 'Cause I loved you, I swear I loved you, till my dying day. I didn't have it in myself to go with grace, and you're the hero flying around saving face. And if I'm dead to you, why are you at the wake? Cursing my name, wishing I stayed. Look at how my tears ricochet.
What's that coming in from the
We
back?
gather stones, never knowing what they'll mean. Some to throw,
That's coming in so
some to make
slowly.
a diamond ring. You know I didn't want to have to haunt you, but what a ghostly scene. You wear the same jewels that I gave you as you bury me. didn't have it in myself to go with grace. 'Cause when I'd fight, you used to tell me I was brave. And if I'm dead to you, why are you at the wake? Cursing my name, wishing I stayed. Look at how my tears ricochet. And I can go anywhere I want, just not home. And you can name for my heart, go for blood, but you would still miss me in your bones. And I still talk to you when I'm sleeping in the sky. And when you can't sleep at night, you hear my stolen lullaby.
Okay.
I didn't have it in myself to go with grace. And so the battleships will sink beneath the waves. You had to kill me, but it killed you just the same. Cursing my name, wishing I stayed. You turned into your worst fears, and you're tossing out blame, drunk on this pain, crossing out the good years. And you're cursing my name, wishing I stayed. Look
Yeah.
at how my tears ricochet.
Lots of fade outs in this album. Let's call it that. It's only going to fade out. Yeah. Again, I don't feel like I need to dip into my exploring the concept bag here. What she says is what she means. You know, there's not. It's very poetic. The rhyme schemes are very clever, but in terms of the actual verbiage, she's just saying what she's saying. Like there's not much. There's not many lines to read between. You know. This song is just. I'm the one who's upset and you're the one who's pretending they're not, but then is that really how it's gone? If you really did want me to stay, yeah. No, if you really did want me to stay. If you really didn't want me to stay, then why all of this? Yeah. Did those words I just said make any sense? I should have slept. I should have waited until tomorrow, but I have other things I need to do tomorrow, and then Friday I have to record the Sleep Token video, which will be out by the time this is out, unless you're on Ko-fi. Join me on Ko-fi. Man, Crohn's disease is great. It's really fun. Anyway, I knew what I meant, and when I watched this back, I might cringe at myself because I think I just got completely lost in my own brain there, didn't I? It's another song that fits with the rest of the album, apart from that one that's about that redder woman, where it's lost love, unrequited love, abandoned love, love that didn't go as we wanted it to, and also a little bit of fuck you in that one, which is always nice. I gave the 182, I'll give that the same, if I can press the keys properly. Oh dear. At least there's only 11 songs to go. Come on, wake up. In fact, I could do it like a party jam. And it's called Mirror Ball, so there's hope. I could do something to give me a little bit of energy, a little bit of a lift. Not a lift like it's been bad. You can see from my scores it hasn't been bad. But yeah, I was already struggling. I need waking up. Come on, Mirror Ball. Do that for me. Ooh. That's a very pretty sound. Is that guitar? It is.
I want you to know I'm a mirror boy.
David Bowie.
I'll show
Lovely.
you every version of yourself tonight. I'll get you
It's sleepy though.
Tallest tiptoes, spinning in my highest heels, love, shining just for you. Hush, I know they said the end is near, but I'm still on my tallest tiptoes, spinning in my highest heels, love, shining just for you.
It's taken a negative turn. That's like something I'd write.
Drunk as they watch my shattered edges glisten. Hush, when no one is around, my dear. You'll find me on my tallest tiptoes, spinning in my highest heels, love, shining just for you. Hush, I know they said the end is near, but I'm still on my tallest tiptoes, spinning in my highest heels, love, shining just for you. And they called off the circus, burned the disco down, when they sent home the horses and the rodeo clowns. I'm still on that tightrope, I'm still trying everything to get you laughing at me. I'm still a believer, but I don't know why. I've never been a natural, all I do is try. I'm still on that trapeze, I'm still trying everything to keep you looking at me.
Okay.
Because I'm a mirror boy, I'm a mirror boy, and I'll show you every version of yourself tonight.
Okay. I went through stages with that of what I thought it was going to be about. You heard me say it's taken a negative turn, which it did. It started off feeling, I don't know, like too innocent. Like it started so innocent that I thought it's not going to stay that way. And then Shining Just For You also felt, it started feeling, I don't want to say condescending because that's too strong of a word, disingenuous maybe. And then, where were we? I changed everything about me to fit in. And it's like, okay, I'm there. I'm with you. And then, yeah, this part about the circus just drove it home. It's about, this is her caramel. It's about being a performer. It's about doing whatever she has to do to keep people listening, keep people coming to the shows. In 2020, was that still a concern for her? Was she not selling out stadiums at that point yet? I feel like she was. I don't know. I don't know why I'm pretending like I know. I don't. But yeah, it's a lot of pressure, as evidenced by the fact that pretty much any artist that ever gets big has a song like this. So yeah, I don't get it, thankfully, and I don't ever really want to. I don't want to get it firsthand. I mean, but I understand how that can be unpleasant. In terms of the sound of it, I haven't talked about that, have I? I really liked that. You could see that I kept closing my eyes, and then when it started getting a bit darker, I started paying more attention. But for the first part, I was just enjoying it. I am in serious danger of nodding off. 84, in a good way. Not nodding off because it's boring. Nodding off because it's just soothing and gentle. 7, I assume this is going to be about head in a box, decapitation, surely.
Please picture me in the trees. I hit my peak at
Can you lot write less stuff on Genius so I can scroll easier? It takes so long.
Over the creek, I was too scared to jump in, but I was high in the sky with Pennsylvania under me. Are there still beautiful things?
I hit my peak at 7.
In the summer,
That's
your
sad.
heart won't tell no other. And though I can't recall your face, I still got love for you. Your braids like a pattern, love you to the moon and to Saturn. Passed down like folk songs, the love lasts so long. And I've been meaning to tell you, I think your house is haunted. Your dad is always mad, and that must be why. And I think you should come live with me, and we can be pirates. Then you won't have to cry or hide in the closet. And just like a folk song, our love will be passed on. Please picture me in the weeds before I learned civility. I used to scream ferociously anytime I wanted. Sweet tea in the summer, cross my heart, won't tell no other. And though I can't recall your face, I still got love for you. Pack your dolls in a sweater, we'll move to India forever. Pass down like folk songs, our love lasts so long.
Ooh, it didn't fade out. Oh, it still kind of is a little. But yeah. A nice little song about a childhood friend. I say nice. Dad sounds like he was abusive and they wanted to run away, but yeah. I had a friend in a similar position. There's very little to take exception. 79. There's very little to take exception to in any of this music. It's just, it's what I said about track one. It is a little safe, but it's also completely inoffensive. There's nothing in any of it to dislike. But only a handful of them have really ascended anywhere beyond just being very good. In fact, only really Exile, but they're all hovering around like high 70 to mid 80, which is, from me, very good. We are one song off halfway, and it's August, the year of my birth. Month, fucking hell. Go to bed. No, you don't need to, the face, you don't need to press that, you've already done it. You need to press next. Jeez. It's over here. Oh my god. It's all falling apart. Lyrics.
whispers of are you sure? Never have I ever before. But I can see us lost in the memory. August slipped away into a moment in time, 'cause it was never mine. And I can see us twisted in bed sheets. August slipped away like a bottle of wine, 'cause you were never mine. You're back beneath the sun, wishing I could write my name on it. Will you call when you're back at school? I remember thinking I had you, but I can see us lost in the memory. August slipped away into a moment in time, 'cause it was never mine.
Summer love.
And I can see us twisted in bed sheets. August sipped away like a bottle of wine, 'cause you were never mine. Back when we were still changing for the better.
Okay.
Wanting was enough. For me it was enough to live for the hope of it all. Cancel plans just in case you call.
This was just another song on this album until this part. This part's really good. Ah, she said it. I said that.
You weren't mine to lose, no. But I can see us lost in the memory. August slipped away into a moment in time, 'cause it was never mine. And I can see us twisted in bed sheets. August sipped away like a bottle of wine, 'cause you were never mine. 'Cause you were never mine, never mine. But do you remember? Remember when I pulled up and said get in the car, and then canceled my plans just in case you called. Back when I was living for the hope of it all, for the hope of it all. Meet me behind the mall. Remember when I pulled up and said get in the car, and then canceled my plans just in case you called. Back when I was living for the hope of it all, for the hope of it all, for the hope of it all.
Oh wait, I'll talk about it again. Mm. 30 seconds left, we're going into something else now. I thought we were fading out and ending. That's why I said I'll talk about it at the end. Now we are fading out. I've come back to this page because I just kind of want to. I'll move my face. So this page is now confusing because there's all these Taylor's version things, which is apparently label disputes on old albums and stuff, which has affected a lot of people I like. But like, I'll say all this is kind of country, and then like. This is it? Is this far pop? Is this the one that has the Panic at the Disco feature? Obviously I knew there were songs on these with Bon Iver. I haven't heard anything from Midnights, of course, but so far I know I'm only listened to 2 albums. I thought she was like pop. I thought it was like, you know, I don't know, just like more stock drum beats with, sample loops, pop, generic pop. And I haven't heard any of that. It's like folk, country, indie, kind of, rock elements to it. Synthy elements to it. It's not what I was expecting it to be. And that's good, because what I was expecting to be was something that is kind of mid. And maybe some of these albums are. Looking at critic scores and user scores, that could very well be the case. But again, though, with the disparity, you can see both the scores here on the screen, I think, yeah. The disparity from 87-82 to 71-48, I am not hearing that. So far, Tortured Poets very much keeps up with Folklore in terms of its quality, for me. Maybe a burnout on this sound, 4 years later, and they sound the same. Some people in the comments pointed out that a lot of it is to do with the fact that Taylor's not a fan of that orange paedophile you have running your country. And that's what bombed this, but yeah, I don't know. I said a lot in this video about how I don't hear it. On this video, 82, I do hear it. That fits, that works. That feels like where I'm at as well. That song, let's go back to individual tracks for a moment. That song was August. Can I just scroll down far enough you can see it? Yeah, there you go, I'll duck. Get out of the way. I thought that was the second best one so far. I'm going to 88. Really liked that. I think I mentioned while it was playing, I don't need to hit save. I think I mentioned while it was playing that until we got to it was kind of like just another song until we got to this bridge part, was it? And then it kind of ascended. It was part where she said "Summer Love," because I said that because that's what it's about. And again, we don't need a big explanation of what the lyrics mean. The lyrics mean summer love. That's it. That's what it's about. Nice and straightforward, nice and simple. All right, this is me trying. That's the name of the song. I'm not just saying that. But this is genuinely me trying. I'm trying really hard today. Worked a full day feeling like this. And now, immediately after work, I'm recording this. And immediately after I finish recording this, I'm going to have some food and then probably just go to bed. And hopefully sleep. Please sleep. Right, this is me trying. That name came up in the comments a lot. Is it Gnu this time as well? Probably. How many of these songs are about him?
I've been having a hard time adjusting. I had the shiniest wheels, now they're rusting. I didn't
She doing an English
know you'd
accent?
care if I came back. I have a lot of regrets about that. Pulled the car off the road to the lookout. Could have followed my fears all the way down. And maybe I don't quite know what to say, but I'm here in your doorway. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. Told me all of my cages were mental, so I got wasted like all my potential. And my words shoot to kill when I'm mad. I have a lot of regrets about that. I was so ahead of the curve became a sphere. Fell behind all my classmates and I ended up here, pouring out my heart to a stranger. But I didn't pour the whiskey, I just wanted you to know. This is me trying. just wanted you to know that this is me trying. At least I'm trying.
There's a synth at the
It's
back.
hard to be at a party when I feel like an open wound. It's hard to be anywhere these days when all I want is you. You're a flashback and a film reel on the one screen in my town.
Film reel again.
Just wanted you to know that this is me trying. Maybe I'm quite. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. At least I'm trying.
Okay. You know what I was saying earlier about how when I'm listening to these songs, I'm thinking of things from my past, from my life. That happened again this time, but unfortunately it was a bad thing. I'm going to not let it affect my opinion of the song. I thought it was good. Little short. I could have done with it going further and saying more. But it's another solid, like 79. Just I can't quite give it an 80 because 3 minutes 15. Give me 4 minutes and give it an extra dimension to it. Although maybe I shouldn't be saying I want this album to be longer. Yeah, just give that an extra minute and remove this song. I know I didn't hate it, but it does not fit with the rest of the album at all. Anyway, unfortunately, the verbiage in this one reminded me of someone that I'd rather not remember. She used to say to me to trust what she says and not what she looks like or does. And I'm like, so you don't mean your actions or your reactions to things, but if you later on tell me that you didn't mean that, that's the thing I should believe. Yeah, anyway, I'm not saying that's what Taylor's doing here, it just reminded me of that, so just, yeah, some of the verbiage in here. But yeah, I get it, it's like, if you're not a particularly expressive person, if you're not a big gesture person, sometimes people think that means you don't care, and so sometimes you do have to just try and let people know that you are trying. And then yes, she talks about her struggles, talks about alcoholism, which there was also talk of in the other album as well. Yeah, bit of a downer, but a good song. Oh my god. Right, illicit affairs. I did write a number down, didn't I? Yeah, I did. That's nice.
Make sure nobody sees you leave. Head over your head, keep your eyes down. Tell your friends you're out for a run. You'll be flushed when you return. Take the road less traveled by. Tell yourself you can always stop. What started in beautiful rooms ends with meetings in parking lots. And that's the thing about illicit affairs and clandestine meetings and longing stares. It's born from just one single glance, but it dies and it dies and it dies a million little times.
True.
Leave the perfume on the shelf that you picked out just for him. So you leave no
Those notes aren't
trace
hitting me right.
behind.
Maybe it's because I'm having it so loud in my ears.
Like you don't even exist. Take the words for what they are. A dwindling mercurial high. A drug that only worked the first few hundred times. And that's the thing about illicit affairs affairs and clandestine meetings and stolen stares. They show their truth one single time, but they lie and they lie and they lie a million little times. And you wanna scream, don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this godforsaken nest that you made me. You showed me colors you know I can't see with anyone else. Don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this idiotic fool that you made me. You taught me a secret language I can't speak with anyone else. And you know damn well, for you I would ruin myself a million little times.
This is not a song I would want written about me. My goodness. This guy sounds like a prick. We're fading out again, I'm just going to pause. Alright. I'm sure it's weird though, because the kind of prick that this song will be about is the kind of one who would only hear this kind of last bit, look at this idiotic fool that you made me, and think it's a good thing. Think, oh yeah, I got her. I can still get her. Unfortunately, well, it's been 5 years now, so hopefully not, but at the time, probably still could, because that's how those kinds of things work, isn't it, unfortunately? Get wrapped around someone's little finger, it's very hard to unwrap. But yeah, what was the line that was like, I'd really hate if that was about me. Like that part it's another Taylor Swift chorus flip, where the first chorus is very much kind of, well, it's about the beginning. It's about the end as well, but it's more about the beginning. And then this second one, clandestine meetings and stolen stares. They show their truth one single time, but they lie and they lie and they lie. Yeah, if someone I'd been out with wrote that about me, I would not be best pleased. I'd be like, ooh, am I that bad? In fact, no, because I would think, am I that bad? And the mere fact that I think about myself like that means that I probably wouldn't get to this point. But anyway, Illicit Affairs, a nice little song, again, a bit short. 78. Oh, I didn't have my... I said it out loud. 78. It's a nice song. Little short. Go a bit longer, please. This one does. This one's a minute longer. It's called Invisible String. I dare say it's going to be about holding things up. Probably. I like that guitar. It's nice. There we go.
Green was the color of the grass where I used to read at Centennial Park. I used to think I would meet somebody there. Teal was the color of your shirt when you were 16 at the yogurt shop. You used to work at to make a little money. Time, curious time, give me no compasses, give me no signs. Were there clues I didn't see?
I like that less.
And isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was some invisible string tying you to me? Bad was the plot of the song in the cab on your first trip to LA. You ate at my favorite spot for dinner. Bold was the waitress on our 3-year trip, getting lunch down by the lakes. She said I looked like an American singer. Time, mystical time, cutting me open then healing me fine. Were there clues I didn't see? Isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was some invisible string tying you to me? for the boys who broke my heart. Now I send their babies presents.
Block all your exes on socials. Everyone should do that. You don't want to know. It can't feel good.
Hell was the journey, but it brought me heaven. Time, wondrous time, give me the blues and then purple pink skies. And it's cool, baby, with me. And isn't it just so pretty to think all along there was some invisible string tying you to me.
Kind of like a music box, this bit. Very soothing. And fade. Oh, it's not fading. Oh, it did a little. Cool. That was really nice. Very pleasant. Get rid of my face. I think that was better than the last two. Partly because it was longer, gave itself more time, had an extra dimension. 81. I haven't been comparing to the consensus. Oh yeah, there was one that's the one that people don't like. Oh, it's the next one. Mad Woman is the least favourite. I say people don't like, they give it 81. Mad Woman was the least favourite. I'm well below consensus. Oh, 92. What was that one? August. Yeah, I really like that as well. 89 for This Is Me Trying. Interesting. All right. Mad Woman is the one that people don't like. Let's hear it. Oh, I'll put my face back. Hi. Where am I? Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't really talk about that song much at all, did I? It said what it meant.
What did you think I'd say to that? Does a scorpion sting when fighting back? They strike to kill, and you know I will. You know I will. What do you sing on your drive home? Do you see my face in the neighbor's lawn? Does she smile? Or does she mouth fuck you forever? Every time you call me crazy, you're getting more crazy. What about that? And when you say you seem angry, you're getting more angry. And there's nothing like a mad woman. What a shame she went mad. No one likes a mad woman. You made her like that. And you poke that bear till her claws come out, and you find something to wrap your noose around. And there's nothing like a mad woman. Now I breathe flames each time I talk. My cannons all firing at your yacht. They say, move on, but you know I won't. And women like hunting witches too, doing your dirtiest work for you. It's obvious that wanting me dead has really brought you two together. Every time you call me crazy, you're getting more crazy. What about that? And when you say I seem angry, you're getting more angry. And there's nothing
I'd love to take all gendered terms and throw them in a fire. Maybe then people would start thinking about themselves and others in those ways. But yeah, there is an expectation for women to be gentle and smile and not be angry and mad. And if they are, they're crazy. But yeah, if you have a prostate gland and you do that stuff, then maybe you still get called crazy, but probably a lot less. And for a lot less. For a lot more. You know what I mean. Mad Woman. I don't think it's the worst song on the album. I think it's better than quite a few of them. I'm going to go... In fact, I'm going to go higher than what people have said. What the people have said. I'm going to go 82. I thought it was better than Invisible String. What else have I got an 82 to? My Tears Ricochet and The One. Yeah, about on that level. I think that's about right. They're all kind of on the same level, really. I'm splitting hairs here. But giving them different ratings. Like, other than August and Exile, which stand out above the rest. And Cardigan, actually, as well. Cardigan was nice, wasn't it? The rest are all kind of on the same level. Above very good, below excellent. Just kind of, you know. In fact, those words kind of go next to each other, don't they? What's in between very good and excellent? Very, very good. I don't know. Shut up, idiot. Right. I've picked up a bit of energy, though. I don't know where I've got that from. Maybe this is the spurt that I'm getting before I absolutely crash. So let's keep going. There's about 15 minutes of music left. Let's get it done. Next up, Epiphany. Every time. Ooh. Anti-war song, potentially. Or maybe just a metaphor. I'm not going to read too far ahead.
Keep your helmet, keep your life, son. Just a flesh wound. Here's your rifle. Crawling up the beaches now. Sir, I think he's bleeding out. And some things you just can't speak about. With you I serve, with you I fall down, down. Watch you breathing, watch you breathing out, out. Something med school did not cover. Someone's daughter, someone's mother. Hold your hand through plastic now. Doc, I think she's crashing out. And some things you just can't speak about.
That was 2.5 minutes already. That passed very quickly.
Only 20 minutes to sleep, but you dream of some epiphany. Just one single glimpse of relief to make some sense of what you've seen. With you I serve, with you I fall down, down.
I just wanted to look then at when the album came out. It came out in July. And so, in all likelihood, was written and recorded for the most part pre-pandemic, if not entirely, probably, for a big release like this would have been, because it needs to get pressed and distributed and stuff, and then the press stuff needs to happen as well. But I wonder if this was written and added later, because like if it isn't about the pandemic, then the "Hold Your Hand Through Plastic Now" line is very circumstantially relevant, isn't it? So I don't think it is. I think it's relating the lives of doctors and nurses, key workers as we called them in the UK, very patronisingly. I wasn't patronising, I mean the government. But I don't know if this is a thing in the rest of the world, but to thank the NHS here in the UK, what they had everyone do was stand at the doorway in the pandemic and clap. Fuck off, give them proper wages. Anyway, that's not what the song's about. Well, maybe a little bit, but I think it's relating being on like the beach in D-Day or any other such similar war moment, to being a doctor or a nurse in a pandemic hospital. That's the only thing I can think it's about. And the horrors that you see when you do that. Yeah. I'm sure in the comments I'll have people telling me it's about something else. But that's what I got from it, and I liked it. Rate the tracks. Epiphany. I'm not going to have my face covered anymore. I'm going to go... I liked that better than the others. I'm going to go 85. Oh, not 5. 85. The album's ending strong. Next up is Betty. I don't know who Betty is. The last song that was named for someone... Well, actually, it wasn't named for someone. It's called The Last Great American Dynasty. But hopefully... Oh, I just said it the American way. Dynasty. Sorry, English people. Sorry. Hopefully this isn't a specific song about some random woman who did something that's kind of interesting but not that interesting. Betty. Ooh. Flowers in the Window?
Betty, I won't make assumptions about why you switched your homeroom.
No, another childhood friend, gotcha. I like these childhood friend kind of songs. Very wistful.
Betty, one time I was riding on my skateboard when I passed your house. It's like I couldn't breathe. You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says most times, but this time it was true.
I've heard the name Inez before.
The worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you. But if I just showed up at your party, would you have
what
me?
What did she
would
do?
You want me? Would you tell me to go fuck myself or lead me to the garden? In the garden, would you trust me if I told you it was just a summer thing? I'm only 17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you. Betty, I know where it all went wrong. Your favorite song was playing from the far side of the gym.
She fucked his boyfriend.
I was nowhere to be found.
Naughty,
I hate
naughty.
the crowds, you know that. Plus I saw you dance with him.
Sisters before misters.
You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says most times, but this time it was true. The worst thing that I ever did was what I did to you. But if I just showed up at your party, would you have me? Would you want me? Would you tell me to go fuck myself or lead me to the garden? In the garden, would you trust me if I told you it was just a summer thing? I'm only 17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you.
If you're trying to get someone to forgive you for doing that, don't tell them it was just a summer thing. That doesn't help. Don't try and excuse it at all. Just don't up to it.
Broken cobblestones, just thinking of you when she pulled up like a figment of my worst intentions. She said, James, get in, let's drive. Those days turned into nights. Slept next to her, but I dreamt of you all summer long.
Oh, is this from the perspective of someone who cheated on her directly? Either way, don't say it's just a summer thing.
Betty, I'm here on your doorstep, and I planned it out for weeks now, but it's finally sinking in. Betty, right now is the last time I can dream about what happens when you see my face again. The only thing I wanna do is make it up to you. So I showed up at your party. Yeah, I showed up at your party.
Betty deserves better.
Yeah, I showed up at your party. Will you have me? Will you love me? Will you kiss me on the porch in front of all your stupid friends? If you kiss me, will it be just like I dreamed it? Will it patch your broken wings? I'm only 17. I don't know anything, but I know I miss you. Standing in your cardigan, kissing in my car.
I see where I went wrong in the first half.
Stopped at a street light, you know I miss you.
Yeah, Betty can do better than you, James. I see where I went wrong. I saw you dance with him. I thought, I took that as like that she knew that they were together, and then she got with him anyway. But no, it's from the perspective of a different fella, and that's again part of an excuse. Don't make excuses when you do something like shitty. Just own up to it. But yeah, she deserves better. Fuck you, man. Go away. Doesn't like again. I was only 17. That's not an excuse. If you're old enough to know enough to be sorry about doing it, then you're old enough to know not to do it. Anyway, rate the song. Don't just get angry about things that aren't real. Betty, I liked that a lot. 83. Oh, not 43. Fucking hell. 4's not even near 8. How did I do that? This is falling apart. Oh dear, good does it. Good job there's only 2 songs left, is what I just said. Would you believe? I wonder what the automatic captions are going to say for that mangled mess. Peace is the next song, the penultimate song. Doesn't sound peaceful. Sounds like Radar. Sorry if I'm sniffling into the microphone, by the way. I'm really trying not to.
Is come and gone. Suddenly this summer it's clear. I never had the courage of my convictions, as long as danger is near. And it's just around the corner, darling, 'cause it lives in me. No, I could never give you peace. I'm a fire and I'll keep your brittle heart warm. If your cascade ocean wave blues come. All these people think love's for show, but I would die for you in secret. The devil's in the details, but you got a friend in me. Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Your
like those lines a
integrity
lot.
makes me seem small. You paint dreamscapes on the wall. I talk shit with my friends. It's like I'm wasting your honor. And you know that I'd swing with you for the fences, sit with you in the trenches, give you my wild, give you a child, give you the silence that only comes when two people understand each other, family that I chose now that I see your brother as my brother.
That's nice.
Is it enough? But there's robbers to the east, clowns to the west. I'd give you my sunshine, give you my best, but the rain is always gonna come if you're standing with me. But I'm a fire and I'll keep your brittle heart warm. If your cascade ocean wave blues come. All these people think love's for show, but I would die for you in secret. The devil's in the details, but you got a friend in me. Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Would it be enough if I could never give you peace? Would it be enough if I could never give you peace?
Sorry guys, the pain has kicked in the middle of that song. I don't know if you could see it on my face. I was really trying not to make any noise. So I'm going to have to kind of speed up a little. I hate that. But yeah. That reminded me of... I'll put the camera back on because you're talking, you're waffling. That reminded me of a Vlum song, or Alma. They flipped the A's upside down, so it's VLMV. Whatever. It reminded me of them with that pulsing and the pace of it. I've made a video about them before. It's one of the ones with almost no views because it's a video about a really obscure British band that no one's heard of. But if you like this kind of music, check them out. VLMV. They were called Alma, but there's already a band called Alma. So if you Google Alma band, it wasn't them that you'd get. So they flipped the A's upside down. This isn't interesting. Talk about Taylor Swift. Yeah, it reminded me of that kind of song. It was just really peaceful. And again, we're back to kind of forlorn love, like hope in the face of almost certain rejection. Really nice. One of the nicest songs on the album. 86. I'm not hiding my face. I'm saying it out loud. You don't need to see me type it. Final song, and yeah, I'm sorry, my crown is really painful now. It just comes out of nowhere like that and spikes. It'll go away again in a few minutes probably, but it's not pleasant at the minute. I'm going to have to sit forward, I think. How far back can I go without hitting the green screen? I'm going to have to sit like this, I think. Yeah, that's better. Right. Ow. Hoax. Last track, Hoax.
My only one, my smoking gun, my eclipsed sun, this has broken
I've hit the green screen over there.
down. My twisted night,
It doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter.
my
It's not going to ruin your enjoyment of the video, is it? I don't think.
my windless fight, this has frozen my ground. Stood on the cliffside screaming, give me a reason. Your faithless love's the only hugs I
be stronger than that.
No other sadness in the world would do. My best
That's sad.
laid plan, your sleight of hand, my barren land. I am ash from your fire. Stood on the cliffside screaming, give me a reason. Your faithless love's the only hugs I believe in. Don't want no other shade of blue but you.
It's reminding me of lyrically
No
of
other sadness in the world would do.
I can't remember the band's name. Denise
You know
O'Riordan.
I left a part of me back in New York. You knew
Linger,
the hero died, so
Cranberries.
what's the movie for? You knew it still hurts
I'm
underneath
done on, I am
my
cooked.
scars from when they pulled me apart. You knew the password, so I let you in the door. You knew you won, so what's the point of keeping score? You knew it still hurts underneath my scars from when they pulled me apart. But what you did was just as dark. Darling, this was just as hard as when they pulled me apart. My only one, my kingdom come undone, my broken drum, you have beaten my heart. Don't want no other shade of blue but you. No other sadness in the world would do.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah, sorry, I'm in a lot of pain now. I'm really struggling to stay concentrating. I need to write words. This is why I can't sleep. Ow. That sounds really sad. I really wish everyone could always be stronger than that, but we can't, can we? I've done that before. Going back to someone when I knew I shouldn't have. Can't always help yourself though, even when you probably, even when you know better, and even when you know it's hoax, it's not always easy to move on. I'm not going to write too much. A thoroughly pleasant, Jesus, listening experience. Relaxing, yet engaging. Actually, higher than that. E4. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. I think it is probably better than Tortured Poets, because Tortured Poets has a lot of good songs on it, but there's also quite a few weak ones. Yeah, the numbers here are generally a fair bit lower, aren't they? Especially like the 50s and stuff. I don't feel like this had any Duff songs on it. Like, what's the lowest I gave? Probably like a 70 something. 78. Is that the joint lowest? Yeah. Everything else kind of hovered in the same. To be honest, all the songs are quite similar. I could see that being a criticism that some people might have. Like, it doesn't vary that much. But it doesn't. Sorry, I don't think the mic will pick up the noise. Ow. I have Crohn's disease, and one of my bowels. It basically means my bowels are inflamed, and so when things pass through them, it's very painful. What was I saying? I'm done. I'm sorry. I was hoping it'd hold off to the end, and it didn't. I got 2 songs from the end. That's not bad. I really need to go now, though. I really enjoyed that. 84. I gave it lower than the critics, higher than the average user. So from me, Roasted Charmaine, and from my channel founder, Trin Exists, until the future, drive safe. No, not that one. Sorry about the ending. I hate when this happens. I can't really do anything about it, though. I'm trying.